First and foremost, I'd like to share with you some of the case studies of print ads. As you can see on the screen, there's a lot of space is given there, and the sign of Wi-Fi has been designed by a couple of French fries. And this is the McDonald's ad. No, nothing has been there as a text or a caption or content or copy, but only the images are given, which is enough for us to understand what it is trying to say. The second ad is very interesting in the Indian context. It shows Krishna, the young Krishna or Gopal, with Yashoda, and it says that you may never know, adopt, or you may never know what the child will become. So this is one of the social ads which was very popular and it was awarded internationally. There's another ad, it's about saving water, and there's only a little copy which says, think about what you could save when you save water. It actually shows an image of a malnutritioned child engraved on the wall. Now we come, this next ad is about a kind of a product where the visual is so interesting is that it's a wall of outside of the building, and the wall is a world map, and someone is delivering something from one window to the other. One window is on the world map just on the right hand side of India, and someone is receiving that product or that parcel in Australia. So in one way, what we are saying is that delivering a parcel or a letter from one continent to another is as easy as this. This is what some of the very good marketing and advertisement minds have to say. Next, we have a couple of ads which is a part of a campaign. If it's not Goodyear, good luck. Goodyear is a tire company that we know. In this image, there's nothing but a car which has assumed the shape of a ball. And we can well imagine that when a car assumes the shape of a ball, it's round and it will roll through the highway. Now, another very interesting social ad is anti-smoking ad, where two cigarettes are kept side by side, and it's kept in such a way, and it's broken near the filter, and it's kept in such a way that it looks like the barrel of a gun. So barrel of a gun, it gives us the idea, it sends a shiver through the spine, and it gives an idea of violence and death. The cigarettes, a pair of cigarettes, are kept in exactly that way. So that's one of the powers of advertisements, where images can influence us to a great extent and can deliver the right message in the most lucid of ways. There's another very important and very interesting campaign which was very popular, awarded, is that the campaign of Lego. On the screen we can see that there are tiny pieces of just some random shapes, but the image which is casted on the background shows something real. The first is a tank, the second is an airplane, the third is a dinosaur, and the fourth is a ship. Actually, those images, the reflections, are the reflections of a child's mind. And in one way, the ad says that with these little toys, your child can explore his world of imagination. Now we will watch two print ads where we will get into some kind of contradictions or some kind of questions might be raised. Till now, whatever ads we have been showing, it was the prowess of the ads, it was the greatness of the ads. The ads will not, those ads have very little points of intersection or interrogation. But these two ads which I am going to show you will raise a lot of eyebrows. Now the ad that you can show on the screen is that of Pear soap, pure as the lotus, and a kind of a Hindu Devi, a Hindu deity, is sitting on a giant lotus holding a baby, and it's actually a soap ad. I'm sure our viewers will have a lot of questions regarding this ad. Now, ads give us a lot of pleasure, visual, cultural, gives us a lot of enthusiasm to endorse new products, but most of the times advertisements fool us. If by most of the times, I say more than 95% of the ads fool us in order to promote their ideas and lifestyles regarding the product. In this way of looking at ads in a critical way, Marxist theory becomes an instrument for our scanning of these ads. Now, ads inflict not only alienation of labor, but also alienation of a consumer. You might be asking, what is alienation of labor? What is alienation of consumer? We are not concerned about alienation of labor. Alienation of labor in Marxist term is when a laborer or a worker loses interest in his job and it becomes a torture. On the consumer's part, when we lose the usage of the interest and usage of the product, and the consumer is influenced in other ways towards the product. Now let's say alienation of a consumer is the ideal example is commodity fetishism. Let's say an example, I buy, let's say, XYZ phone, not to use the phone as a phone or as a device. That XYZ phone becomes a status symbol to me. It becomes an object of showing off. It becomes an object of putting up a kind of an identity which is attached to the brand name of that product, but not the product, or not what the product usually is made use of. Now, it's also, in Marxist term, it is also called a kind of a reification, where commodity fetishism is a part of reification, where we have the human beings are entangled in a strange relationship with the products. Commodity fetishism, reification, all these Marxist terms point to us a very unnatural kind of behavior in human beings which are manipulated by capitalism. Now, if I tell you that this product or this phone, this beverage is only good as a product, is good for making calls, and this beverage is just good, you will lose interest. But if I say that, look, with this product comes this kind of a thought, or with that phone comes a kind of a social status where a lot of girlfriends will come to you or boyfriends will come to you, you will get job, you will get a lot of social recognition. All these things, all these falsifications will attract you towards the product, not only the taste or not only the direct use that the product has. So this is a kind of a critical stance that a lot of scholars and professors and thinkers take when it comes to the world of advertisements. We will go through a number of ads which will not only raise the eyebrows of scholars, but if you watch them, if you look at them, you will also have a lot of points to make. Now, first and foremost thing is commodification of culture, relationship, emotion, even sexual triggering. Now, on the screen, you can see a kind of a product which is called fat-free product, and it's not the problem of the product or the function that the product promises. It's the advertisement and the idea which is attached to it. Look at this ad. It says, "Hubby is coming back. I must look fit and pretty." So the wife is there to make herself an eye candy for the hubby, and that's why she will be reducing her weight. It is very important, we have seen this in Indian ads, Indian television, that gender, sexuality, especially women, are reduced to commodities. On the screen, we can see Rajdoot ad, which is in the 90s. It says where the man is sitting on the bike, and we can see from the waist till the feet of two figures. The man is sitting on the bike, and the woman is just flashing her beautiful legs, and in a kind of a stature where it shows that the woman is interested in the man. There's another ad. These ads are very popular nowadays, ads of deo. Male deos, of course, you cast or you have female models for your advertisements. where it says that with forbidden fruits turns nice girls naughty. And there's the image of the product and the image of a girl looking at you, staring at you. And another ad, it says that spray it on, turn them on. And two skimpily dressed women are standing, and in the middle there's a man looking very confidently towards us. So these gazes, this lady is looking at us or this man is looking at us, these gazes are actually grabbing attention and creating a kind of a manufacturing a kind of a desire that, look, this is the thing that comes as a prize, as an achievement if you use these products. A very popular campaign was that of a beverage, an Indian beverage, where a very popular heroine was casted and endorsed for this ad. You can see on the screen what this ad is all about, and this ad is named as Arm Sutra. And all of us, we know what Arm Sutra, this term, comes from. And the way she holds the product, the way it is interpreted, the way it is shot and presented to us will give you not the idea of the beverage but something else. Of course, after this ad, after this campaign, according to the market studies, it has been observed that this has been one of the biggest selling products in this genre of beverage. So that is very important, and how sexual stimuli can influence a product and its market and market leadership. Now the next part is human relationships are defined and determined by commodities. On the screen you can see a part of a huge campaign which is there everywhere in the television and channels, where it says if you use some kind of a net, a very fast net, you can be a super student, you can be a super dad, you can be a super son, and you can be a super fan. So being a super son or super dad or super student depends on the product and its usage, not on the kind of person you are. So these kinds of, we were talking about values sometime earlier. So these kinds of values are deeply attached to the use of commodities, but not on human attributes. Now, the ad that you can watch on the screen is Hike Up Your Life. If you watch the televisual version of this ad, you will find that a boy is being mocked and the boy is being bullied because he does not use this kind of an app. When we talk about a person being alienated and being thrown outside a group of friends for not using an app, it does not only talk about that app, it talks about also the kind of smartphone that he has to have. So a kind of a peer pressure has been shown in a very triumphant way, where endorsing or buying a product or downloading an app becomes a part of your life, a part of your social existence and social identity. As we already said, that emotion, sex, relationship sells in terms of commodities. Now on the screen we can see two products. One is a kind of a website from which you can download songs to your mobile phones, where it says that bas bajna chahiye gana, and you will find that even in the print ads and in the televisual version of this ad, you will find that a kind of a love story is unwrapping, for where this product or this website is in the middle. And there's another toothpaste which for a very long time they have stuck to the single content of their ads in all their campaigns, is that a man and a woman, if you do not brush their teeth with this kind of a toothpaste, they cannot come close to each other. Coming in close to each other, this very simple and very basic aspect of human relationship is defined in a very important way by a product. So I will not, however I love you, I will not go close to you because you haven't used that product. This is quite unique about India, where it's not my version, it has been observed that the level of consciousness is relatively low in comparison to other societies of the world. We have a lot of products which promote racism, where you will find that if you apply this product, you will become fairer and you will get a lot of success in life. Your relatives will be happy, you will get jobs, you will get good ranks, and you will get good people to get attracted towards you. Even on the screen, you can see that there are two celebrities. One is a very big hero in Indian film, where he endorses a kind of a beauty cream for men, which enhances the skin tone. These kinds of products are highly criticized and banned, and these kinds of ads are banned when it comes to international market. Very important aspect, probably the most important aspect in today's world, more than commodification of women in advertisements, is that children are used in adults' products for some kind of a bigger cause. Not only for selling of the product or the lifestyle that it endorses, but some kind of a bigger cause is attached to these products. A very popular detergent powder had come up with a very interesting caption and a punchline: "Daag acha hai." So with "Daag acha hai," a child or a group of children do a lot of physical activities without even thinking about making about the dress or the kind of clothes that they are wearing getting dirty. On the screen, you can see that this "Daag acha hai" campaign had other premises attached to it. There's a box on the left hand side which says TV and life, and under the TV the switch is off, and under life the switch is on, and we can see the mother and a child. They are having a very good time, smiling towards each other, and it says, "Don't just promise, believe in it. Take the pledge to be the proud parent you always wanted to be." So a kind of a value system, a kind of a meaning to life is generated, but through this product. We can see the product dangling on the right hand side. There's another part of the campaign attached to it, is that it's attached to UNICEF, a kind of a philanthropic mission where helping provide quality education to 10 million children. So what these ads do, what these products do, is that when you buy a consumer product, there are certain philanthropic projects attached to them, and buying the product makes you a philanthropist rather than turning yourself into a philanthropist. So these are the kind of social projects that are attached to commercial products in order to lure us into a kind of a grand world of value systems, and a kind of a meaning is generated. There is a very interesting term called repressive desublimation. What is repressive desublimation? In a capitalist society, some things cause the flattening out of art into a commodity which is incorporated into society itself. Every social movement becomes a mockery and hence loses its charge to change the society. Now we will play two advertisements which will say what is repressive desublimation. You can see that in the first part, something very serious is cooking up. The students, it will remind you of the FTII students, the JU students, the JNU students, the students of the premier universities across India. And they are wearing black shirt and t-shirt. And very interestingly, if you have paid attention, the posters, a few of the posters were saying, "Education is not for sale." So privatization of education in a poor country would mean a lot of things, as we can well understand. But here we can see that the students are protesting in this way.
कॉलेज प्रशासन ने आपकी मांगे मानने से इनकार कर दिया है, तो अब आप क्या करेंगे?
And then something very interesting happens.
कॉलेज प्रशासन के इस फैसले से साफ पता चलता है कि उन्हें छात्रों की कितनी परवाह है।
जी।
इसलिए हमने ये फैसला किया है कि यह भूख हड़ताल जो पिछले 4 दिनों से चल रही है, अब वो अनिश्चित काल तक चलेगी। जा खड़ा हर लड़का, हर लड़की, खाना तो क्या, पानी की एक बूंद तक।
पेप्सी थी यार, पी गया।
जैसा कि आपने देखा, ये कहना मुश्किल है।
In this ad, we can see that the students are on a hunger strike, and their main agenda is stopping the forces of privatization of education. Now, privatization of education is a very concerning threat for us, especially in a poor country like India, where if education becomes privatized, a lot of problems will be there for the poor and for the poor people to buy education. In that ad, we could see that there's a student movement where they are into a movement for a very serious cause, and then one of the students gets sight of a beverage bottle of this ABC product, and then he grabs it, while the leader of the movement, of the student movement, is giving a bite in front of the media and saying that we will extend our hunger strike. Then we can hear and we can see that with heart's content, this student, this one of the members, is drinking that beverage. And then suddenly the media starts reporting in a different way, and a triumphant music is there, and the leader of the student movement is seen to be in a very dejected role. So this is an ideal example of repressive desublimation, where any kind of serious political movement or any kind of serious social goal is trivialized and is made a mockery of by commodities. Now, in another video, a couple of advertisements where you will find that we talk about women, we talk about gender, we have a lot of feminists in our countries, but in mainstream television, there are certain advertisements which install the traditional gender stereotypes of our society. In the first ad, we can see that a son is returning to his parents. He's alighting from the train, and the father recollects the old memories, where he recollects that the son was going away to a boarding and how they were sad.
कुछ रिश्ते बदलते नहीं है कभी.
And now there's, to heart's content of the parents, the son is returning back. That's the present. And in another ad, we have the daughter version, where the structure is same. The mother recollects, the mother becomes nostalgic on the eve of Vidai. In the wedding, the daughter is about to leave her parents' home and go to his in-laws, and the mother recollects when she was young. This daughter comes back. So in the past, the daughter comes back, but in the present, the inevitable present and the future, the daughter will go away. That's the story of Indian society. But in the son's case, the son goes away, but the son always comes back. So these are the minute meanings and social things that are maneuvered through advertisements. And you will find that we have just discussed a few print ads and a couple of TVCs. If you work on your own, you will find that there are hundreds and thousands of advertisements that fall under these kinds of categories. And who knows that after watching this session, you might come up with your own ideas and with your own criticisms, and you will find a lot of advertisements endorsing both the ideas. That was it for today. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you.